we're going to start here because Tether is getting ready to end support for Omni, Bitcoin Cash, Kusama, EOS, and Algorand in September. Have to lead with this one here because I know a lot of you are holding Algorand. And if Tether is getting ready to leave Algorand, this might be cause for concern. We already know we are in the era of global stablecoin arrangements. We have been for quite some time. And I do not like to see major players like Tether getting away from blockchains like Algorand. But here's the kicker. They gave very specific reasons for why they are beginning to phase out or get away from these networks. So, getting into the story, Tether has announced it will phase out USDTC or USDT support for 5 underused blockchains. These underused blockchains, Omni, Bitcoin Cash, SLP, I'm not sure what the SLP is, Kusama, EOS, and Algorand. Now, to my knowledge, Omni, not familiar with. Bitcoin Cash was supposedly to be the payment layer for Bitcoin. Kusama was supposed to be the testnet for Polkadot. Haven't heard anything come out of EOS's ecosystem since I entered crypto. And they're supposed to be from Detroit. And then there's Algorand. They're alluding to the fact that Algorand is underused. It's not very active, as they're going to describe a little bit later. But they said USDT redemptions on these legacy blockchains will be completely discontinued on September 1st, 2025. Now, in a quote, Tether says the decision follows a comprehensive review of blockchain usage data, market demand, and feedback from community stakeholders and infrastructure partners. While these networks played a foundational role in Tether's early growth, the volume of USDT circulating on them has declined significantly over the past 2 years. So they're saying that usage of Tether on these particular networks has declined in the last 24 months. So if we really unpack that, what is it telling us right now? It could indicate the fact that there is more USDC based adoption on a network like Algorand in particular, because I don't think this indicates a reduction in on-chain activity for these networks overall, because we just heard a couple weeks ago Algorand partnered with Wormhole and now they're multi-chain. So there's definitely some activity over there. I found this to be compelling though, because you have to understand Tether has a lot of data. Tether, if anyone has the most data on any of these networks, it would be Tether. So for them to make this move based on their findings, it's very telling. It's very telling, guys. Let's finish this out here. Tether CEO Paulo Ardonio said in a statement that Tether wants to stay relevant and efficient as the industry continues to change and grow. Ending support for older blockchains gives Tether the ability to focus its time, money, and technical resources on networks that are more active, scalable, and widely used by developers and users. This is also implying that they don't see a lot of activity on those particular networks. And again, Tether has sort of an all-seeing eye, to be quite honest with you. And if they have come to the conclusion that those networks are not generating the output that they say they are, then that is very concerning, especially in the case for Algorand. Now, of course, more research needs to be done. You can dig a little bit deeper. We can look at on-chain analytics. But at the same time, folks, I have come across many instances where these on-chain analytics are not real. So I hope that isn't what we're going through right now. But I want to add this bit here, because Tether has pretty big plans for Bitcoin and the Lightning Network. But to finish this off here, the company plans to expand support for Layer 2 networks, including the Lightning Network and other emerging blockchain offerings, improved interoperability and speed. So, one, they're again pointing at the fact that those chains don't have the improved interoperability and the speed that they're looking for. Tether has quite a lot of demand. So if they deem those networks not capable of handling their output, again, it's very telling. Now, the second bit of information here is their approach towards the Lightning Network. Guys, if you use Cash App, let me know in the comments if you've noticed faster transactions throughout the entire application. Because I think that is because they've implemented the Lightning Network, and they did this behind the scenes. Jack Dorsey is still running everything at Block, which is the company that builds Cash App. They're using Cash App as the mainstream entry point for Bitcoin. And I can see somewhere down the line in the future, them adding other assets. If they stick with Bitcoin, that's okay. The point I'm making here is the Lightning Network is what will take Bitcoin to another level. And I just want you to be aware of that. Because yes, we cover a lot of altcoins in this space, and a lot of influencers will come at you telling you that Bitcoin is worthless, it's trash. That ain't completely true. You can also still make a lot of money investing in Bitcoin, even at 6 figures. You just have to know how to do it. With the integration of the Lightning Network, this means that other companies are about to implement the Lightning Network because it's been figured out.